Right, I'm going to do another quick one before I head back because it's going to rain. So I bought a car last year. It was a new car, and in January, round about sort of, I know it might have been sort of February, March, I got a phone call from the dealership where I bought it, saying that it's been recalled. There's some issues with something, I don't know, the brakes or whatever it was. So they asked me if I could bring it in. Yes, of course. So we arranged a time, and the customer service agent on the phone said, would I like a courtesy car? I said, well, yes, I'll need one because obviously I need to get back to work. I can't just sit in there all day. So she said, right, that's fine, I'll arrange it for you. It'll be £20. I said, no, I'm not paying £20 because you've recalled the car back. I'm not bringing the car in voluntarily. You've told me I have to bring it back in because it's got an issue. So why should that be a cost to me? So her response was, well, first of all, no apology, by the way. Secondly, she said that the manufacturer doesn't reimburse the dealership for the courtesy car. I just need to pause this. There's gonna be rain all over this. So I said to her, I get what you're saying, but I still don't see why I should have to be charged this. If this means that you lose 20 quid, well, then you lose £20. It's a really bad customer experience, the fact that it's costing me money for a problem that I haven't caused. Anyway, this conversation went on and on. She obviously wasn't going to back down, so I said, tell you what, forget about the courtesy car. Just out of principle, I'm not going to get it. But then what that meant was that I had to inconvenience Anita, who works for me. So she had to follow me to the garage, drop the car off, bring me home, and then take me back later to pick the car up when the car was ready. Okay, so when I went to get the car, they told me that they actually didn't have all the parts to fix the car. And then, so when they did get all the rest of the parts, then I was going to have to take the car back again. So I just said, right, it was the end of the day, I was busy, I was like, yeah, whatever, just give me a ring. So I left, and then a few weeks later, they've contacted me again and said, we now have the part we need to fix the last bit. Can you bring the car back? This was a man this time from the actual dealership. The original girl, I think, was from the call centre at head office. So I said, yeah, that's fine. I'll bring the car. So we arranged a date, and he said, do you want a courtesy car? So I thought, right, here we go again. So I said to him, I do want a courtesy car. However, I'm not prepared to pay you £20. And then I told him what had happened in the previous occasion. So he actually did apologise, which was nice. He was quite nice on the phone. And he said, listen, the fact that we didn't have the part when he came in first time, and we're now having to make it come back, then we'll take the £20 charge. We'll waive it, you don't have to pay it, but you can still have the courtesy car. Right, perfect, thank you very much. So I took the car, dropped it off, like 2 weeks later, dropped it off, got the keys for the courtesy car. He didn't take me out and show me the courtesy car at all. Didn't tell me if it was petrol or diesel. Oh, it's okay, I'll figure that out myself. When I got in the car, it was dirty, so they obviously not really bothered about COVID anymore either. Anyway, I got in the car, went home, they called me in the afternoon, car's ready, went back, picked it up, gave me my keys back, and he said, right, we just need to settle the payment. I said, payment for what? He said, the courtesy car. I said, I'm not paying for the courtesy car. So I explained what happened the first time, then what happened the second time, and he said, well, why did he say you didn't have to pay? I went, well, because it's not my fault. No apology, no, like, these staff members, I'm not saying all of them, they just don't care. So anyway, he said, right, well, if that's what you were told, fine, I'll sort it out. So nothing had been noted on the account or anything. Oh, and then on top of that, the courtesy car had no fuel in. It literally had about 10 miles. So I had to put fuel in to get back home and get back to the garage. So not only did it cost me my own fuel twice for something that wasn't my fault at all, I then had to pay extra to put fuel in their car because I had none in. And then in theory it could have cost us another £40 if I'd have paid for both courtesy cars. And all the while, because Hyundai recalled my car back that I spend a lot of money on every month. So I guess my point here is, who in that instance, like if you're not doing sort of mystery shopping or you're not doing any surveys, bear in mind they are doing surveys, so I have obviously fed this information back, but I don't know what their internal process is once they get the information. You know, what are they doing about it? So who is, yeah, I just want you to think about who is looking at your processes. If a customer does tell you about a situation like that, what team of people do you get in to look at the process? Like, obviously you would normally have someone for operations, you would have someone from finances if there's a cost implication. In this case there would have been, and you would have somebody from customer experience, because the overall that whole thing from a customer experience point of view was terrible, absolutely terrible. And you know, it's not the first time I've heard stuff about this dealership, as in a group, not the specific one I bought my car for, but the group itself. So yeah, whether they don't know who to put in place to look at these things, or maybe they do have someone in place, but are they, you know, do they have the right voice? Are they able to influence the directors, the management? Because based on this service, they're not doing anything, and they're not making it any better, and something needs to be done about it, or they're going to lose money. Because I already had hassle when I purchased my car, therefore when I take this one back I will be buying from a different dealership. So they've already lost one customer, so how many more have they lost over the last couple of years? That's my last one. Enjoy your day.